Oops.
Okay.
Is it recording?
Yes. Hello. Video's a little different today. We are in process of. We ordered a wonderful piece of new equipment that we're going to get in 2 days. So, but for today, we will be using the phone, so it's a little bit different. Hi,
Beautiful.
Tammy.
How are you?
We're great. How are you?
Always.
So today is day 4 of Be the Change movement.
Yeah! Yeah, I got my purple shirt on today for my pineal gland, and I got my affirmation on, you are enough. Beautiful
Yes.
shirt we make up, and that's what we do. We are just creative people. We make everything we can. So if you have any ideas, we can maybe put them on some shirts for you, or you know what I mean. We're here to do whatever you need help with. Just gotta reach out and ask those questions, because it's not the answer, it's sometimes the question that gets you.
Yes, that's what that's what he asked me today. I said, "Okay, hi Claudia." So we will recap again. I mean, tomorrow's Friday already. I think tomorrow, what we'll do is we'll recap the events of this entire week. But every single day is an affirmation, and I kind of want to talk a little bit about what the I am affirmations actually do. And I'm going to kind of word it from my experience only. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about how we retrain our brain not to have fear. So essentially what the I am affirmations do is essentially it brings you to your most divine form, because the I am essentially is again what you create in your own reality. So in April I started to do I am affirmations, and when I started to do that I started to recognize how powerful I was, and especially what happens is the ego starts to dissolve essentially, because ego is in the solar plexus chakra area. That is also where your divine will is, and your divine power, and your self-empowerment center. If you go on my website and look at the workbook, page number 3 is where I have affirmations about the solar plexus chakra. So essentially what happens is your ego doesn't want your soul to evolve. Doing the I am affirmations, you are essentially coming into your divine self. So you're going to start to actually feel and experience the reprogramming of your mind. So when you have a subconscious and your subconscious wants you to feel or think bad thoughts, well, when you do the I am happy, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am secure, I am worthy, I am grateful, I am blessed, I am courageous, I am strong, I am loved, over and over, your brain essentially rewires to that programming. It's no longer the subconscious of I am fear, I am ugly, I am this, I am that. It really is like your brain just starts to do this. It's almost like a magnet. Like your brain is saying, "Oh, I'm telling it this," so now it's really believing it. But you also start to feel it deep within the whole entire body. So that's why the I am is so powerful.
And that was beautiful.
Thank you.
That was beautiful. And when you really break it down from like a science standpoint, scientists also call that neuroplasticity, the plastic brain, because you're actually rewiring the brain with these words, and it's the same thing that I said when we started doing this. When you say these negative words, if you say my life sucks, I hate my life, it's gonna suck. You know what I mean? If you say I love my life, this is beautiful, blah blah blah, it's gonna be beautiful. It's pretty crazy how simple it really is. We complicate this whole life by adding all these different little spices into the pot. But and this is a good analogy, like I like to say, is, we got this big pot, and sometimes it's easier to take your own bowl out of the pot, taste it, and add your own spices, because it's so many people are adding, and sometimes it doesn't taste that good, so it's, you learn what to add, when to add, and it's just, once you learn thyself, the rest just opens up, And have we read this yet?
Mm-mm.
This Be the Change movement? So we will go ahead and read this, because I think a lot of you haven't haven't seen this yet. Beautiful artwork done by Michael. Put this thing together. Very beautiful. But it's pretty simple. Some people it's a little bit out of their grasp, but we try to make it so everybody can understand it. But pretty much this is kind of like the mission statement. Be the change you wish to see. Be the Change is a personal transformational program to change what you wish to see, because it all starts with you. In this world, so many people search externally in the internal world. So this program is designed for you to reach your most divine sense of being, to unlock hidden talents and passions which are hidden deep under many layers of egos and barriers we put up subconsciously to keep us safe in a world some fear. And in parentheses, fear, false emotion appearing real. And so, every time I need to turn
the phone off. Sorry.
No worries, no worries. But that's pretty much what we're here to do, is all to help each other get to this next place, because in this world that's some fear, we put up these egos and these barriers to be like, oh no, this is how it is, but realistically we don't know how it is, and it's all on if you mind, it matters. If you don't mind, it don't matter. So it's pretty much just getting you to see what is really the most important thing to you. The money will come, so it's just like right now, thinking about the passions, thinking about what drives us, because once you realize you don't need anything, is when you realize you have everything,
Yeah, exactly what you're saying about the exterior. We were trained to basically understand that we need things from the exterior to make us feel good. But what happens is those things are what I call instant gratifications. They're very temporary feelings. The spirit knows it's whole all the time. It doesn't need anything from the exterior to make yourself feel good. However, again, because we have been in this 3D illusion, or we're in this 3D world still, all it really is doing those things, and that's why, we're here assisting and essentially sharing our experiences. And I know, since my awakening journey I've had so many mentors and a wonderful people that I have been following that really have assisted me with understanding these things. And that's why, we were guided to do this, because everyone really is wired for success. It is really just now understanding that these things that are out here, like when we go to the store, like, because I know right now we're eating healthy, we go to the store, what happens? There are smells, there's candy, there is everything that is right at our fingertips. But when you are feeling whole, when your spirit is with you inside this physical body, and the heart and the brain work together, it's almost like imaginary to me now when I go in and I see these things, because I've trained myself so much to use my perseverance and willpower, because again, the solar plexus is the divine will. So it gets a lot easier when over time, for me too, when you start to eat healthy, it's about after the third or fourth day that you actually it gets easier. Like, oh, the brain is like, oh, something is different, something is changing, and you just keep moving forward. And even if you have to take a step back, don't punish yourself and be mad at yourself, but just know that you're going to continue moving forward, and know that you are strong enough to do it, because you are. We are all very, very powerful creators.
And especially once we come together and understand, like, we're not alone in this game. We're all here together sharing these same experiences. You'll see how similar we are than different. We all go through struggles. We all go through all these things that we think, oh, it's only us, but I promise you it's not. You can never guess what we've been through just by looking at us from here. There was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that led us to this point. And one thing I've always said is, you can either struggle to be the same, or you can struggle to be different. It's up to you. You'll always go through those struggles. You'll always go through those things. But do you want to stay the same, or do you want to take yourself to that next level? So, and that's what kind of this program is just, there's no rush. It's just to have fun. Let's each find out what we love to do, our hidden talents and passions, and, take everybody to the next level. And don't worry about the money. You know what I mean? The money will come. I promise you. I promise you.
I just wanted Chastity and Dominique and Tammy mentioned, in her comment that she has been doing the IMs for the last few days and feels different is very true. And another girl, a very dear soul sister, when she said it just one time, and she's like, Grace, she's like, she literally felt the instant. It was an instant switch. It's a switch. Ego, soul. It's, there's really not that much battle, though. The really battle is with, it's you. It's you. So, it's a process, it can take time, but it's a really powerful, beautiful experience, too.
And pretty soon, we're going to start, we want to start making this more like interactive. We'll start asking each other questions and asking you questions, and the people that want to be more interactive, let us know, you know what I'm saying, so we can all start engaging and asking questions and doing these things together, because this is just the starting point. We're not, this is not just a 21-day challenge. This is a lifelong thing that, we're just all trying to share our story, hear your story, and really love our stories.
And I wanted to share too, this is, just day 4, and I'm so glad Danny says it's infinite, because this really is. I mean, we foresee this, doing this every day, and again, more and more people participating and showing us, their experiences and things like that. But I'll mention that even just the last 3 days, 4 days, that I have started eating healthy again, I already feel different. Mm-hmm. I'm actually going through a detox. So, I want to be totally upfront, honest about what is happening, just so, that it's out there. I don't want to be shy or be nervous. So I'm going to be my complete, authentic self.
And I'm quitting cigarettes.
Yes. So this morning I woke up, I wanted coffee. And I say to Danny, I want coffee. And he's like, nope, you don't need it. You don't need
gotta
coffee.
Help each other,
Help motivate each other. That's what we're here. We're here to help motivate each other because we're that powerful together. Mm-hmm. So much powerful. And the more that we rise, we help others rise too.
And of course, going back to what we've been talking about this whole time, is I really feel like each week we'll focus on a new thing, about ourselves. But I really feel like this week we should all be focusing on our passion. What do we love to do without the money? You know what I'm saying? I do not like money, if you haven't told. But what is your passion? What do you love to do? The money will come. Just focus on what you love to do. Forget about everything else. If you can wake up an hour earlier, go to sleep an hour later doing this one thing, what would it be? And after these first couple weeks, we're going to put together Jim Collins' Hedgehog concept for everybody that wants to have it. And I really feel like it's a great tool to get in touch with who you really are. So.
And if you don't mind, Daddy, I want to jump in about what he says about the money. And this is really big. And the reason is because when we have financial blocks, whether it be either under or over, what happens is the function that it affects the most is the solar plexus. The solar plexus is ego. So again, when you are in your divine form, you're following intuition, and you know that you're always provided for. If we are at a place in our life currently that, money is an issue, whether, again, we have too much or too little, for me personally, it's a balance. And that's why I'm really glad that he brings this up, because it really does affect us here. And the part of the purpose is, again, if our passion is here, and the money is trying to control our outcome of our life, how it's just going to be still it's going to be that vicious cycle again. We are here to break this cycle, because there is enough abundance for everyone in this entire world. And part of the reason why we're here is to show others that we are here as a community, help each other evolve and grow. Because the more we do that, then the more the abundance is then able to be spread, and not just hoarded by one group or another. It's for all. The last 2 days, it has been amazing. We have seen Pay It Forward the last few days. It is beautiful. Where were we at?
Which time? The Albertsons last night.
We were at Albertsons and another store, and this lady. We were at Sprouts, and this lady bought. This gentleman, he had forgotten to pay for something, and the lady in front of him paid for it, and he felt like we watched the whole thing go down. It was so beautiful. And then guess what we did yesterday? We basically felt the need to do the same thing. And I know there's many of us that do that, but if you can give $1 to $5, even if it's not even just money, if you can pay for someone's grocery, or the lady behind us, she wasn't feeling well, and oh no, the lady let us go in front of her. She said, oh, it's okay, go ahead. And we asked how she was, and she said, I'm not feeling well. So then Danny, he basically felt, his guides, or, the higher self say, I'm going to pay it forward again. That was a beautiful balance right there of the universe.
Yeah, everybody around was just like watching us, and they were like, "Oh my God!"
You know,
and that ripple goes so far. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's seen it, and then everybody wants to do it. It's so beautiful.
It really, really is. And also too, what happens when we do this? We do have, of how I understand in the Akashic record, we do have what is known as debt and balances in the universe. Basically, all of our actions and deeds are documented, and it's under universal law. I didn't write it. I mean, I did write some, but I was actually shown by a very other powerful medium that taught me about universal law. And in the last 3 years, I have been, I have just myself. I'm still not perfect, but I really dedicated myself to really live under universal law. And because I've done that, I really feel now that I'm in a very good balance within my mind, body, heart, spirit. And I will tell you, I have been able to manifest things very, very easily during the last 2-3 months. Just again, because I've really, really paid attention to the intuition, and I really do care so much about other people. But I also had learned too that it's okay for me to ask for help and also to receive. It is also about giving and receiving. But one of my very favorite affirmations is, the more I give, the more I receive, the happier I feel. Happy.
Beautiful, my brother.
Yes.
Love it.
Million small raindrops can cause, yes.
Beautiful.
Patrick, I love all your words every day. They're beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I love. I love analogies and little catchy things like that, my brother. Because that's what really gets people to remember those things, It's beautiful. And I think somebody said, like, oh, if you think you're too small, what about a mosquito that's in a tent with 10 people? You know what I mean? Like, you can make a difference no matter who you are. I promise. I promise. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. No, I'm glad you said it. We're all so very unique, and really, we all have this wonderful amazingness inside of us, and I see it every single day. And I'm so grateful for this journey, because without others that have been guiding me, I wouldn't be where I'm at. And I thank the universe as well, too, for always being there, because I trust it fully. Having that trust too, and that is part of the intuition, that you really do truly trust that you're always provided for.
And one other thing before I guess we go is writing. Writing is so key. Like, even if you don't like to do it, just try to focus maybe like 3 minutes. You know what I mean? 3 minutes. Write your day. Maybe write a poem. Maybe write something. Just put that pen to paper, and you'll realize how easy it just comes out. You'll just start writing. But another thing that I've seen, especially when I first started on this journey, was this helped me so much, putting it on paper and just getting it out of my mind onto here. Because then and another thing with the journaling is you can start realizing the waves. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, this time I was feeling this same feeling as last year, and you start seeing like these patterns of like, okay, this was the same, this is how I felt this year, and you realize how similar we actually all start feeling around these same times. Because every time around Christmas, right before Christmas, I start feeling down. Then once the new year, like right now, I start feeling good, and then I hit a little down patch after spring, and then start feeling good around summertime. So you start learning these flows, because we all go through ups and downs, and some people, they get stuck in the down, and in their mind they label it depression. You know what I'm saying? Then they never come out because they're depressed now. You know what I'm saying? So if you understand that it's just a wave, it's just a ride, you'll be back up there. And when you're up, it's never as good as it seems, and when you're down, you never think you're going to be up again. But life goes on. I promise.
Thank you. That's amazing, and it's so very true. And there's one thing I wanted to add about when we're going through this process. It's something that is so beneficial with the solar plexus, and when you combined your mind, body, heart, and spirit, you have what's something that I call divine clarity. You actually have clear thinking, clear mind. Everything you just, I can't even put into words what it feels like, because for me, we all have really powerful spiritual gifts. But I really actually, I love you so too much, Dominique, Donaby, is divine clarity. You actually really, you can clearly see, you can clearly feel, you clearly know your mission here. And it's divinely inside of you. I mean, it's just like, wow, like I really fully understand. And not every single day is that way, but to really experience it, I'm so very grateful. And so yeah, divine clarity is really great.
And it's all from here,
It
you know
is.
what I
The
mean?
core,
Like, it's just
yes.
from here. Once you realize, I'm telling you, you need nothing from the external world is when you have everything, you know? And that's what I feel like a lot of people have hated on me so long for, is just the internal happiness, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need all these things. I can have fun by myself in the corner. You know what I mean? Like, I really need nothing, and that's what I want us all to see, is we need nothing, and we have everything right here in our hearts, ready to take over the world.
And we will be going live again tonight. I'm very excited about this one. 5 o'clock at Panacea. We'll be going live again this evening. And so please tune in. And we'll have Shane Stewart, who is co-owner of Panacea Restaurant. He's going to be talking to us about nutrition, and it is going to be amazing. Amazing. And I wanted to say too,
I love you. No.
For all the wonderful followers around the world, I can't even tell you how much it excites me when you say I'm from Turkey, I'm from other parts of the world.
Yeah.
I'm
We'll
just
be
like,
out
oh
there
my
too.
gosh.
I've already seen it all. You know what I
Yes.
mean? We'll be traveling the world, spreading this love. You know, get on this love frequency.
Love is the highest frequency there is. It's the opposite of hate. Hate doesn't exist unless you believe it.
Exactly.
So please message us if you have any questions, and thank you so much for support, following us. Please share with everyone. The more we rise, the more others rise, and the better Earth is. So we will see you again tonight. Love you so much.
Love you.
Love you.